I decided to take A-Push because a lot of my friends were taking it, and also my sister took it, so I thought I was capable. A-Push can be challenging because of the homework that it gives, along with the reading that you have to do every night from the textbook to keep up with the chapter quizzes. I think it is, because A-Push teaches you about the work ethic that you'll need for later, harder classes. To succeed, you need to put the work in, of course, and you also need to prepare for tests by doing chapter quizzes and reviewing all the notes that you took in class, because when they give lectures, it can sometimes be on the tests.
Well, I think the first thing that students need to realize is that you're taking a college course. I think the first misconception is that, kids just think this is an extension of our honors program. You're actually taking a class that's designed by college professors. It is a curriculum approved by the College Board, which is the same people that write the ACT, SAT. So that's the first thing you need to realize, is you're actually taking a curriculum that's not derived by Mason. Secondly, you're using a college textbook, so obviously that's a pretty big textbook, and the chapters range from anywhere from 20 to 30 pages long. I think our regular American history course, you're lucky to maybe have a 15-page chapter. So the chapters are probably twice as long. The vocabulary is written from a adult perspective or a college level student. So the reading's pretty intense. We'll pretty much expect you to read every night. We try to break the chapters up over 2 to 3 evenings so that kids can pace themselves. But high school kids usually wait till the last minute, and that could be pretty dangerous. So that's the first thing. Number two, I would expect, to have to improve your writing over the course of the year. We expect kids to be writing at a college level, and a lot of kids aren't even close to that, so they have to be patient and take the constructive criticism of ways to improve their writing, developing historical argument, giving historical evidence. So that's probably the second piece, is really focusing and reading on your writing, or focusing on your writing. And then the third thing, I think, is just having disciplined study habits. I think if you don't have good study habits, and you're not disciplined, and you don't budget your time well, you'll struggle in this class. So we tell people on day one, this class is going to expect you to look at how American historical events affected us economically, how it affected us politically, how it affected us socially. All of the things we study kind of fall into those three categories. And as long as you're reading and you're studying, you think that way, it makes the class a lot more understandable. Well, the AP exam is taken in May. There's basically 4 parts to it. You're going to take a multiple choice test, which has 55 questions on it. What they'll do is they'll give you some type of primary document, and then they'll have tiered questions based on that document. Can you interpret what the document's saying? How does that document relate to the time period or the era in which you're studying? And then it might make some type of connection to that topic and how it relates to something in the past or in the future. So that's the first section, which is multiple choice. The second section is short answer. Same thing, they'll have some type of primary document that you'll have to analyze. They'll ask you to maybe give a historical example of someone or something that would agree with that position. And then the third part might be, someone that would go against it. Then the third section of the test is some type of free response essay. You just have to create a historical argument and defend it with evidence that you've gained throughout the course. And then the last part, which everybody dreads, is the document-based question, which is you get about 7 documents, you have to analyze them, and you have to construct some type of historical argument based on the question that they've given you. So all in all, it's close to a 4-hour test. So it's a pretty good assessment of, your writing, your reading, and as well as your historical knowledge. I think the first thing is that in the short run is it teaches them time management skills, because there's a lot of reading involved in AP U.S. history, so you have to be a disciplined reader. Number 2 is going to teach kids how to create a historical argument and how to develop thesis statements, which I think you can use in English class and other courses that you take. in the long run, obviously, if you take the AP exam in May, there's potential for kids to be able to actually get college credit for the class. I think that's probably why most kids take it, is they're hoping to get some college credit out of the way while they're in high school. But I think kids should look at it as from the standpoint the skills that they're going to gain from taking an AP course versus getting the college credit.